This year, 2022, marks my 40th year of bow hunting. There's no place I'd rather bow hunt than the mountains of North Carolina. There's the blind. There was a deer bedded right there when I walked in here. It took off, obviously. Acorns were dropping all over this ridge, and this buck surprised me by showing up so early. Side angle. I'm not sure where the arrow hit him. I think it may have hit him low. It didn't sound like that drum sound you hear when you hit him solid. I'm going to review the footage and see. Sure they hit, so I'm gonna back out. We'll look at we'll look at the footage on a bigger screen. I'm just gonna check where he was standing, see if there's any blood on the ground and what that blood looks like. Then I'm gonna slip out of here. Fingers crossed. Whew. Hey guys, just give you an update here. Dalton and I went back. We waited about 3 hours and then went in and looked for blood, and we found a decent blood trail, but it was kind of an odd blood trail. The blood was dark. There was a little bit of bubbles here and there in some of the spots, but it was definitely dark blood, and there was some gut too. So the only good thing about that, we backed out because you don't want to push a deer if you don't find it right away and there's some guts in the blood. So that's just to back out. But we did find one bed, and it was within 50 yards of where I shot it. So that's a good sign. He must have been hurting bad to have to bed down that quick after the shot. So it's going to be a long night, but I'll be out there first light and take up the trail. So check back with you tomorrow. I lost a blood trail last night and couldn't really find it this morning, so just on a hunch I went down to the creek to take a look, because if they're hurt bad they'll usually go to water, and especially since there's a little guts on the arrow, they get real thirsty with a gut shot. So yeah, sure enough, he was bedded right here along the creek, and I had to put a couple of finishing shots into him, but it's a fine young buck. I'm very proud of it. I thought I made I thought I made a pretty good shot last night. but I must have just hit low and back a little bit of the heart, because in the video it looked like a heart shot him. But you know, it just goes to show you can just never be too sure, even with video footage. Anyway, let's I'm gonna get him cleaned up, get him packed out of here. Well, I found my buck, as you can see. Made it all the way down to this creek. I'm not sure how, because he was hurting pretty bad last night. He bedded within 50 yards of the shot. I'm super proud of this buck. It's going to be great eating. You know, I'm not a trophy hunter by any means, and to get it with my recurve bow is even better. So thanks for watching. Now the work begins. Well, that worked out, not the way I planned it, but as I said earlier, I found that buck bedded down by the creek, and he couldn't even stand up. So they always say if you're unsure of a hit, back out, which is what we did, and then also check a water source. So we knew, Dalton told me there's a creek down in the bottom, so sure enough, he was bedded right along that creek, so he didn't go anywhere from there. And it was all uphill coming out, so back to the vehicle. But I'm super stoked. Need to work on my shooting a little bit more. I'm getting better for sure. I feel like the target panic for now is behind me, hopefully forever. But working with a coach has really helped, and I got a cooler full of venison soon. So I'm just gonna take it back to camp, get it cleaned up, get it on ice, and then celebrate. Thanks for joining me. Hey guys, check out the Mangroves to Mountains podcast. It's a podcast I started to speak with friends about hunting, fishing, camping, kayaking, and adventure travel. Give it a listen when you get a chance. Thanks.